Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video, we're going to take a look at both charts, and we can see overall that Bitcoin has a slight upside and is pushing the whole market up again a little bit. Everything is moving with Bitcoin, as it is oftentimes the case. And we can take a look at Bitcoin here first. Is it reason to be happy? Is it, going up for now or not? Well, it is exactly happening what I think I said in the previous video, and we're getting to that in a minute. Overall, what we have here is still this wave 4. Yeah, just to summarize really, into the wave 4, from a wave 3 coming, and the retracement, what the price is doing here, looks also very much like a wave 4 because it's not very impulsive. We make even here a lower low. It looks very choppy, very up and down. Gives me confidence that we are in a wave 4. The price also refers or reacts very well and very strongly here to the 0.214 Fibonacci retracement level, which also is important for that wave 4 retracement. It's the minimum a wave 4 needs to do in terms of the retracement, and that also gives me confidence that we actually are in this wave 4, and in the next step we'll see here with the highest likelihood a wave 5 to the downside, which is part of a larger wave 2 and the wave C. And that could then complete that whole Bitcoin correction here. Of course, that could go down quite a bit, all the way, in my view, primarily below 28.7K. Primarily, I still expect the price to go here to 43.3K. As indicated before, that's the 0.382 Fib level. But what I told you in the last video, what this could become is a head and shoulders, okay? So we are currently here in this situation that you have your left shoulder, got your head, and then I said what we could be seeing here is a neckline and a potential forming of another shoulder. Now we are currently trying that, so it now depends. The price is at a tipping point. We could see here this forming head and shoulders, where you then have your neckline here at around 36.5. If that is lost, that will unlock lower prices here, probably to that low here in the middle at around 35.5. And I think if we lose that, then I'm quite confident that the wave 4 could already be finished. Yeah, so I'm watching this level 35.5. It will of course be confirmed only when we drop below 33K. Yeah, but the 35.5 is a very important level that for me would increase the likelihood significantly that we could already have seen the low here, or the high of that wave 4. The price is also currently struggling to get back above this trend line. So obviously we made a new low here. Okay, made a little bit of a double bottom here, but only on a very small time scale. Then we had here this broadening ascending wedge anyway, which was a bearish pattern, so it broke out of it. What we might be doing now is just to retest it. But it's too early to say that because we now need to see what is the price actually doing. We are nearly overbought on the 1 hour chart. That is worth noting. So the price imminently doesn't have too much power left. It's already gone up quite a bit. And typically what you saw here after such a move up, which looks very similar to the previous one here from a few days ago, the price did get overbought or nearly overbought and then just moved sideways. And that's something we could happen here now as well, and then move down to the neckline and lose it and then go down to 35.5. And if we lose that, then to go down to 33. And if we lose that, then I think we're going to see far lower prices. But yeah, it's very interesting. The price is doing something and so far moving as I thought it would. To get really through here, yeah, it has to face a lot of resistance levels. So there is a really, really realistic possibility that we see here this head and shoulders forming, because we've got this first resistance here of that broadening ascending wedge. Then we have, if we zoom out, this very long descending trend line, which is coming down here. So that will be very, very relevant. And within or very close to this descending trend line, you can see here in white, this is the 20-day moving average that will also provide resistance, plus the 0.214 Fib level here at 38.8K. So it will be difficult for the price to push higher here. If it does, it would be in line with my primary expectation. But why is it my primary expectation? Well, only because as per the Elliott Wave rules, a wave 4 retracement goes to the 0.382 Fib level in most of the cases. So I basically have to assume it, but the possibility exists, the realistic possibility that we form a head and shoulders and then lose it And if we go below 35.5, then we could really see here this wave 4 as complete. Yeah, so that's the level I watch for here. These two, the neckline and the 35.5 level. Yeah, interesting day. So what makes me wonder, you know, has this already been the wave 4 top, is really the fact that it's looking like the price is starting to roll over here, where we could now form a lower high and we already made a lower low. So already good indications here that we could be rolling over, and we lost that trend line here, yeah, from the ascending broadening wedge. So very interesting. We'll keep an eye on it. And I'll keep you updated later today. Looking at Cardano, yeah, moving with Bitcoin, but moving with Bitcoin still in that triangle. I told you yesterday that if this triangle breaks and we see the volume, then we could see expect here some yeah, well, sort of significant move. Yeah, it would move quite a bit, because whenever you are squeezing any price into a pattern, into an apex, you typically see a reaction then at some point when it gets closer to the apex. That also happens when the Bollinger Bands get really squeezed, and we can take a look at the Bollinger Bands here for Cardano. The Bollinger Bands here get really squeezed and smaller, and whenever you saw really small Bollinger Bands like here, or tight Bollinger Bands, then you touch it again and it breaks out, and then you see quite a bit of a move. Yeah, so that typically happens when they get squeezed down, and here they get really squeezed in this pattern, and you typically can use a price target, the height of the triangle, and if we break to the upside today, we would need to break above $1.08. That could push the price all the way up to around 132, and to the downside would be here at $1.03. And if that level is broken, that support level of the triangle, then we could move all the way down to 79 cents. Yeah, that would be the target level. Can't tell you at the moment if we're going to move up and down or down. That all depends on what Bitcoin is doing. I think the price here moves very accurately with Bitcoin, but in the in this pattern. Yeah, so there's a key resistance, a key support level. If that is lost, I think we can move in both directions. A triangle like that, a symmetrical triangle, very symmetrical by the way, is rather a neutral pattern. Yes, we come here in a downtrend, therefore it's probably more likely to break to the downside, but to be fair, it probably just depends on Bitcoin, what Bitcoin is doing, because we can see on the ADA BTC chart that ADA is still following Bitcoin, and therefore I have no reason to assume that would be in any other way. The good news is that on the ADA BTC chart, we can see that ADA did reclaim the ascending trend line. It did lose it here a couple of times, but did reclaim it for now, which means that ADA is outperforming Bitcoin a little bit at least. After we had a very long downtrend, a strong downtrend, a weaker downtrend, now a weak uptrend, and hopefully we are going to get into a strong uptrend soon. Cardano did that many times before, and did then start to outperform Bitcoin and move to new all-time highs in these periods. Here circled in as well, where we had a very similar move up, yeah, after which you then saw suddenly a jump, and a jump here, and a jump back here as well. So this is something that can definitely happen. Cardano can do that at any time, and it can start to move very quickly. We did see that many times before. All right, that is my view here on Bitcoin and Cardano today. I'll definitely keep you updated. Once before I finish the video, it looks like Bitcoin is climbing higher, but not yet back in the above the trend line. And if it does that, need to make sure that it's not a fake out. Yeah, so just want to mention that. But yeah, if you like the video, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider to join the channel membership. And you can do that on my website, and the link is in the description, or even here on YouTube. And then you can get access to Telegram, Discord, and a weekly live stream. And the next one is on Sunday. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.